to him, and would he? I don't know if he has culture, but he would have like life science or medicine
Hey,
that he
Fable,
could
do you have
use.
culture, by the way?
Yes, but only at 2. Well, I've got it's my bonus is a little higher than that, I think.
You want
Yeah.
me to make a culture roll, even though it's a
I've got like a
zero?
I've got like a +9 to my culture roll, but yeah, I could probably try to do that. Maybe there was something in my history books as to where known illegal black market was supposed to have taken place.
Woo!
How's an 18 fit you?
Of course you do.
Yeah,
Um,
I
wait.
I'd like to say that Oh, go ahead.
All right, so Jester, you're gonna need to word this because you're from the future. Um, that was the only thing I had against you doing it.
Right.
Yeah, and
But
probably Clay is going to go to you and probably be like, Mystery Man.
Well, just so you, um, like, do you have a specific place in mind, or or do I have a Yeah, I would probably it would be
we're
like
headed to Absalon. Technically,
right.
we're going to go, or you're if you have a
Right.
high enough number to actually know. But her name is Diamond, and she's a Isekai with
Uh,
lots of knives, like
Yeah.
a Danny Trejo and Desperado amount of knives.
Oh,
all right.
beautiful. But yeah, I'd
Well,
I'd probably go up to you and go, You seem of the shifty sort.
he
I
just
re-
looked. He just gives you this look that's somewhat unreadable. Like
he
what?
shows you the data slab and says, I require these, but I have been unable to procure them.
Mm,
Nor has the horned one, nor his small companion.
You didn't let me roll for Temperance, who is
Oh shit. I'm
older than
sorry.
him.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Well, technically, he could still be wandering around trying to figure it out while you're going to talk to your
Yeah.
brother. So,
Rude.
yeah, he's. I think Fable would be like, he'd be like,
but go ahead and roll for
potential.
temperance while we're at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be like potential. Potential insult aside, I seem to remember history books saying something about there's a fairly famous black markets dealer based out of Absalom Station around this era. And he kind of takes a moment and maybe his eyes flood like a milky color for like go sort of a milkier version of their normal hue for a minute. And he seems to be lost for a moment and he comes up back with the name of Diamond. Yisakai, lots of knives. And there's and maybe he doesn't see this, but maybe like we get them he doesn't say this out loud, but maybe part of the process is him remembering from his history books, but like as soon as he made some connection with Absalom Station in this era, what happened was that nobody realizes is that like his connection to the time flow gives him like a shard of a memory of seeing this somewhere in the time stream that this diamond person,
All right.
Isekai existed and this is what they were.
And this was you using precog powers?
No, this is me
Okay.
using my culture check, but it's basically my me utilizing my precog background to like fill in parts of why I would know shit.
All
Um,
right. Meanwhile, on the other side of Cadillac Ranch,
Ah,
go ahead, Charity. You were talking with your brother?
Yeah, so maybe we catch him as he's like midway through explaining it. And Temperance is. He was also doing a lot of medical and life science stuff back on AC 17. So
mm,
he's like in probably like a science lab of some sort. It's not necessarily the med bay, but he's got like probably bits of swarm that he's still observing with his micro lab. He's like,
Nice.
yeah, I know these things are like gross and creepy and weird and illegal. And as he's saying that, Temperance is just going through like Eoxian diplomatic contacts to find someone who is from one of these death corps or whatever that harvest the undead for their parts.
All right, and when that happens, he hits a sub list, and there's a picture of the same Yusakai that you didn't hear about. But there's a picture of a Yusakai woman with like 50 knives on her. And it says, Diamond likes high-end chocolate.
Yeah,
I
Temperance
love
just
that.
points to that finger right under the likes expensive chocolates, and then like Charity fumbles with his words for a little bit before his brother hands him a cred stick with like 200 credits on it to buy fancy chocolates.
In parentheses on his little subscreen, though, it does say, do not make mad.
Oh, well, hopefully that won't be an issue.
All right. And then, with this information, are you going to seek back out
Oh, yeah,
Cat,
like,
or not Cat, Claire?
there's probably like a moment where, Clay, you see him like come, Charity like rounds a corner and like tries to
Yeah.
like hop around it. And he floats a little too high and too far and like has to grab hold of the other end of the corner. It's like, whoa. Weird, but whatever. So, I know who to go to. They just love chocolate. Don't worry, I got that. As soon as we get there, there's this izakaya. And what was their name again?
Diamond.
Diamond.
There's this izakaya named Diamond on Absalom who works for one of those Yaxian cores. So,
The one with the knives.
you talked to Fable, didn't you? Of course Fable. No, Fable's into all this weird stuff.
And he puts his hand, he probably puts two hands on your shoulder, on your right shoulder. And he says, do not worry. I trust you to negotiate with her, though. My strength is not with... He kind of looks off for a second, very
People?
dramatically, and says, social. And then he looks back at you and says, but you have a demeanor that some might describe pleasant.
I'll take that as a compliment. Yeah,
And he'll-
yeah. I'll talk to Diamond for you, but I don't want to be like there when they're putting on the corpse parts.
Do not worry. My cousin shall put the parts on.
I ain't seen any other showbots on the ship. Who's your cousin?
It is a cousin of spirit, not a cousin of blood. And he probably would say, the honorable Rim Akatfar of Clan Akaset. We share the same progenitor. We share the same soul.
Oh, it's one of those things.
Arm conspiracy, baby. All right,
Kinda.
so
Yeah.
after 4 days, you guys arrive on Absalom Station. For those of you that are getting legal upgrades, what the sphere is probably where you want to go. After you get there, Diamond is not in the sphere. She's not that high class. And as you're asking about her whereabouts, they're like, oh, you need gear? Diamond's a good place to go. She got the best prices in town, but don't piss her off, otherwise you'll end up a pincushion.
As he's holding this like cartoonishly big heart-shaped thing of chocolates that is like, you know, not Castrovel. What's the Triaxia? Triaxis?
That'd be Elf, yeah.
The planet of the dragons.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
trash.
Elf, yeah.
It's
Yeah, I
like
think-
Triaxian fire chocolates.
Right, that would definitely cost you some extra cash. So, yeah.
By the way, just on the theme of cartoonishly, I'd just like to add that whenever you see Fable 42, he's got a ridiculous amounts of pouches and pockets all over his like armor and tactical webbing and shit, like enough that you're like, what would he even put in half of those?
Fable is
You
amosexual.
got freebooter cargo pants?
I've got Freebooter MK1, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Um, Meanwhile, on yet another side of the Cadillac Ranch, Lollipop, we just arrived at Absalon. Is there anything you need to do?
Not really. He's been spending his time swapping out a part of his mech because he's found that he doesn't really need the hay circuit. Everything's slow as molasses out there compared to him.
True enough.
So he's putting in an EMP field generator.
Is that a challenge?
That'll actually be something that you can pick up here, because they didn't have one on board the warship.
Ah, then he'll definitely.
But you don't have to actually pay for that part. That's actually like you'll use the government black titanium card.
Excellent. Black titanium.
When money is no object, black titanium card.
Once you spend black, you never go back.
Let's
Fantastic. All right. So you'll probably be going to Abador Corp to get it anyway. So you can go with that group that's getting legal stuff done. Unless you want to go meet Diamond. I mean, she might be able to find something. Got super quiet. Somebody
Check your
else say
chart.
something. Hang on, I'll be right back.
Testing.
There
We can hear
we
you.
go.
There we go.
Now I'm back.
Well, I think he got paranoid. Welcome back.
I said Abador Corp means quality parts.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't necessarily mean quality, but it
It's
does
Amazon.
mean widely available. But yeah. All right. So, Rem, which party set are you going with? Are you going with your cousin to meet Diamond, or are you going with the others to get your own stuff done?
I'm going with the Diamond Party because this lady sounds like fun.
Such a
Could be.
Scott thing to say.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's see. Go ahead and go with legal guys first. So that would be Fable, Lollipop. That's it, right?
Temperance would
I think
probably
so.
go with them.
Temperance. There we go. All right. So,
So Rowan could be in two scenes at once.
His usual trick.
sort of thing. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Some, light poppy elevator music as you go through the elevators up to the higher levels. As soon as the doors open, the quality of air improves. And you see the typical thing up there. Lots of corporations. There's a 10-story Abador sign in the distance. For those of you that have been here before, you see the security guards doing their thing and the undercover security guards doing their thing. And occasionally you see, someone that looks a little bit out of sorts or out of place here, and then they're gone. But there's a fairly straight, access to Abador. When you get there, you are met by a Verthani woman. It says, "Hi, welcome to Abador Corp. I love you. How can I help you today?"
You're getting a little ahead of yourself, aren't you?
I have to say it, sir. It's part of the thing.
I'm looking for EMP cannon for a mech.
Oh, one moment, sir, while I look this up in the catalog. And how will we be paying today?
He'll slap the black card down. With
Oh.
this.
Government money. Excellent. Bloop. There you go, sir. Here's your receipt. Follow the red lines on the floor, and it'll take you to what you need. Hello, how can I help you? I love you. That would be you, Fable.
Abador Corp, the secret ingredient is love.
God, they're like
Fable.
Chick-fil-A,
Sorry,
but
I was
worse.
trying to pick the feet. Yeah, I just need arrows. It was like I need arrows and grenades, and optical, and he's like, and an optical laser upgrade.
Ah,
He's
well,
like
let
puts
me
out
check.
the list because he's got like the Anubric, a couple of Anubrix arrows, a couple of Horicalcum arrows, like six, two different types of grenades, or
Wait,
three.
is it like a paper list or is it on like your tablet?
Yeah, it's like on a data slab or something.
Okay, well in that case, she
Yeah,
plugs it into her terminal and
yeah.
downloads your list and goes, okay, so for your upgrades, we are going to have to schedule you an appointment, and it appears that they are full today, sir. Is that going to be okay, or are you in a hurry?
How long are we gonna be here?
Mm,
Like, I don't know what our deployment orders are at this point.
At this point, they have no new intel that says you're going to be out anytime soon.
Yeah,
Hey, mate,
so,
if you want to get back to the ship, I can put that in you for you. Just cash and carry right now.
Apparently,
yeah, I probably would have seen like your license and stuff. If you've
That's
got
hilarious.
like 3 ranks in medicine, you can install that. Yeah, he's fine with
Yep.
that. He's fine with that.
apparently, they're booked up for the next few days. It'll be 4 days before we can actually get you an appointment. Unless you're willing to upgrade to the gold package, which costs double.
Well, then how about getting the upgrade part, and I will have it installed on my ship. We have a
Ah.
doctor, and I look over at.
I assume that happened right then. So.
Yeah. So
Oh, you're going to do it yourself. Very well. In that case, are we paying with the same titanium card, or will this be credits?
Same card,
you-
love. Same card.
Oh. Very well. And not Constance.
Temperance?
Temperance. I'll get it right. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm the
Um,
one who picked weird character names.
Temperance. She looks at Temperance and goes, "And for you, sir, is there anything we can get for you today?" Hello,
She loves
welcome to
you.
Abador. I love you.
And the whole time he's just been on his data pad the whole time, like background character energy.
Mm.
And it's just like it starts like doing the whole like Minority Report, pulling things out of the tablet and sending them over. And it's just like, I need a tactical needler pistol fitting these specifications with a folding grip, as well as this inbuilt computational unit. I need a Solarian augmentation crystal. And he's like goes through the list perfectly, like has measurements on everything.
Very well. And once again, Mr. Lollipop, the same titanium card?
Same card. We all work together. It's not my credits.
Very well, sir. And here are the rest of your receipts. Ding, 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 ding. And follow the red lines, and we'll get you everything you need.
So does this all come out of like the corporate like account or the government account, or are we paying for this out of our individual?
Okay, so what I just witnessed occur was Lollipop used the government card to get his part and then bought your stuff too.
Oh,
So
okay.
we shall see if that comes back to haunt anyone or if they just write it off like the government does most of the time.
I have to say that was easy.
I have set aside those funds in case the space IRS comes after us.
There you go. And just out of curiosity, let's see.
The Internal Revenue spaceship.
Listen, not even
They
the swarm will
didn't
fuck with
notice.
it.
So far. So, and Abador is pretty quick about getting, their money, So, yeah. They got dinged for the payment, and no one said anything so far. So,
Ooh,
at the
refund
moment,
money.
here's you guys got stuff from the government that you weren't necessarily supposed to. But
We
Now,
expense it.
Yeah, expense it.
I will
God.
give you guys time to think about how you're going to do the surgery or where you're going to do the surgery because, well, I don't see why they wouldn't have one. I mean, it is a government ship. So
Yes.
you just will have to, sweet talk getting the government doctor out of the med lab long enough to do it.
Yeah, that's why I
We'll
said
get that done in a minute.
a Solarian augmentation thing is
Send
it's a magic thing for Charity, so he can just like meditate on it.
Nice.
So
All right.
we could send the doctor off to go get supplies. So like, after we get back, I'll be like, hey, can you run in and get a couple of supplies at this thing? You know, I'll man the hospital area while you're gone. It'll be all right.
You're going to have to make some rolls for that, and I hope you make them because it would be super hilarious. So, that means, meanwhile, several layers below on Absalon, we find the rest of the party. And you're outside a fairly modest storefront. It does have a sign in the window that says, "If you need it, we got it."
Da 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 da.
hmm
Yeah, Claire is gonna look at this and just go, we do need it. Maybe they have it?
How deep in the spire are we?
From the dome, you're about 50 stories below that.
So it's probably kind of grim here.
Kind of sketch.
I was gonna say there is some, graffiti on the walls, and it's not necessarily the cleanest place, but at least in front of this storefront specifically, it seems to be less dirty than the rest of the area around it.
Still, the whole way there, like Charity, like had these chocolates like clutched to his chest and was like uncomfortably close to Claire the whole time.
And Claire probably at some point scruffles your hair and says, "Do not worry. No one will threaten us down here. And if they do, they will find a quick death."
You gotta like ruffle his hair, and you do. He keeps his hair very soft. He must condition it. But then like a small static shock jumps off of his horn at you.
He probably takes it like a champ and then looks at the area that it shocked and then looks at the horn and says, "I believe your horn is upset with me."
It's yeah, it does that sometimes.
Yeah, and Claire just kind of shrugs and goes, "Sometimes our bodies do have a mind of their own."
Yeah.
Do you go in the shop, or do you just stand outside?
Oh, yeah.
Knocks there's a knock on the door and wait for an appointment. Or
There's
just
an
like
open-
walk in.
There's an open sign. All right, so the first thing you notice when you walk into this place is the air is a lot better in here than the air you were just breathing. And behind the counter, you see a middle-aged isekai with about
So 20.
30 to 50 knives strapped all over her. And she's in a tie-dye kind of frock. And she's behind the counter helping another isekai at the moment. And when she hands him the package, she's like, "Okay, dear. So remember, when you get home, put it in the fridge. Otherwise, it'll go bad. And if it goes bad, it'll eat you." Oh, newcomers. Welcome to Diamond Shop. How can I help you?
Howdy, Miss Diamond. My name's Charity Essel, and this is my friend, Claire? Claire, right?
Claire.
And, my friend, see, the two of us are mech fighters against the swarm, and my friend here needs some less than above board, slightly smelly personal augmentations.
make a diplomacy check. And
As he stands there awkwardly and like holds out, he's like, "I got you, Triaxian Dragonfire chocolates."
that will help. Give yourself a +2.
Can I assist?
+2 for.
So that's
Oh
a 22.
no, I shouldn't have gotten that on. Fucking culture. I had it on diplomacy. My bad.
It's okay.
So yeah, +2, 22.
If I would say you don't need to help before that roll was made, but
Yeah,
especially
25. Yeah, no, never mind.
27.
27.
Well,
Jesus.
oh, oh, honey, I love your accent. Talk for me some more. Say, turnip.
Turnip?
Okay. In that case, thank you for the chocolates. And she literally opens the box, goes exactly for the one that she loves most, pops it in her mouth, and is like, so good. And then you see her do the tongue thing that isekai do, and she tucks it into her pouch to save it for later.
Classic.
And she's like, one moment. And she walks over and she turns off the open sign. And the shutters come down over the window. And suddenly the walls fall away and you're in a completely different shop. And she tosses away the rainbow frock that she had on and reveals that she is wearing clear weave. And is pretty kick-ass. And she's like, all right, now that we have all that out of the way, what exactly do you need? And do you have the money?
I have the money. Oh, yeah. Clay will go. I have the money right here. I require these arms with bone blades.
All right, and you already did the 10% markup, right?
Yes.
Okay. And she takes the money from you and lays it on a scale and looks at the number. And she's like, yep, that'll just about cover it. Now, is there anything I can get you, handsome?
Well, did I buy anything for him? Well, I've been having problems with maintaining my own gravity. Do you have a gravitational harness?
She gets on her pad and goes, gee. Yeah, I think I can. And she pushes another button and panel slides open, and lo and behold, there's a gravity harness. How's this one do?
And he like steps up to it and makes sure that it'll fit along his spinal column, and then is like,
Right. She helps you put it on. She's like, all right, put that on, man. All right, now let's get it around.
It's
it's a Magitech implant.
Yeah,
Oh.
you cram it into your spine.
My bad. Let's try that again. I do have one of those, but that's not what I thought this was. That was a coat. She throws it away. She pushes a couple more buttons, and then the right thing shows up. My apologies. I misheard you. I was so taken by your accent that it just made me forget what I was doing. Here's the right thing. Do you have a professional that's going to do this, dear? This isn't the easiest surgery to do.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We have people. Comes with the whole, our whole lives are killing bugs kind of deal.
I see. Well, thank you for the chocolate. And she pulls out another piece and takes a bite. And she's like, if that's all you need, have a wonderful day and come see me again.
Oh, and Clegg kind of slams his fists into his hands and kind of bows and says, thank you. Your knives are a testament to your character. And he'll leave.
Hang on. She says, Safe. Have.
Wait, which one? Hold on. Something
No. Havne.
Havne. Oh, home.
Yeah,
Let's see.
she speaks Shobad. So
Nice.
yeah, she's not that good at it, so she's trying to tell you to have a safe trip home.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll have to put that in there as some of my phraseology. Perfect. Yeah,
Mm.
no, he'll return the gesture in kind.
Yeah. And she waves at Charity. Bye, hon. Come back anytime.
Yeah,
You just
he
have a safe trip home. Nothing like may you win all your battles on your way to your house.
Yeah, right.
Eh.
he just like flashes peace signs like, yeah. Thanks for the spine implant. You have a lovely shop.
Thank you. I try. And then before you leave, the walls change, and suddenly you're back in the regular shop. And the shutters come up, the door unlocks, the light pops back on, and there you go.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, outside the door, 6 large
7
Random
half ogres.
Yeah, 7 whole half ogres.
7 whole half ogres
Whole half
walk
ogres.
by, and they're like, "Hey, how's it going?"
This is our town, scrub.
All right, so that takes care of you. Now, that only will take like maybe an hour for both of you. So there's other stuff that you can do here, of course, because it's Absalon. If you need it, if you want to go play, if you just want to like have a nice meal before you get back on the stupid, like that is probably the worst part for all of you. You're all regular people eating military food.
I will spend 5 credits to buy Essel a meal. Or not Essel, sorry. Charity.
I mean,
a meal.
technically, right?
Yeah. I'll spend my last 5 credits to buy Charity a meal as a thank you. I'll be like, which of these, I believe they are called quick consumptions, is your favorite of these expedient restaurants?
Oh, he definitely takes you to like Om Nom Noodles or something like that. Some shitty ramen joint.
Oh yeah, and he'll spend all the money on you. He's going to continue eating those rations because Cle is a military man through and through, just a different kind of military. But yeah, he'll spend those last 5 on you to buy you some food.
He probably knows that that's like probably the last of it, and he just looks so touched. He's like, you know, they say the quickest way to a person's heart is through their stomach.
Typically, it is actually through their chest cavity. Unless it is the swarm, they have a decentralized circulation system. Often I find behind the thorax, just below the head, is the best area to pull out their fluid pumping apparatus.
You are a strange big man.
And he'll just stare directly ahead as you say that, and he'll just go, as he nods.
It's just great.
You also probably said that in like a fucking ramen joint, basically being like, no, when I kill sentient beings, I like to do it this way. And then everyone's like,
oh, if anyone gives him a look, he'll just stare them down. Clay is, he's Nasaravi, Bane of the Swarm. Like that's...
If Nom Nom Noodles happens to be on this floor, then no one's going to look at you twice.
oh yeah, it probably is. This is like, and he probably starts telling some story where he was like, me and Temperance grew up on Absalom. We always come down here when no one was looking for us back home.
Kind of says, journeying away from home is an important thing to do.
Yeah, well, home was just points up. We weren't going too far. It's not like we were going to another planet. Nothing.
Technically, if you really wanted to, you could take him to your orphanage and show him your room if you were really inclined. It's only 7 floors up from here.
Probably not. That's not like Hey, do you want to see my horrible, horrible childhood home because I grew up in Abadar Corps orphanages?
Yeah, and Claire would probably respond with, "Hmm, it is interesting. Do many of your people find it a thing, or how would he say? Probably say, it is interesting. You come back to your home, but you do not look back. This is an admirable trait. Not much can be learned from home, nor can much glory be brought back to it."
Maybe this is where we get the flashback.
That was what I was
Yeah.
just about to say. Meanwhile.
Yeah, so yeah, like, because he just gets like a real contemplative look and starts poking at his little ramen bowl. And we cut like way back to just little Charity, probably like 4, being introduced to like a small group of kids. And it's this like foster mother who's like, "Devotion, innocence, temperance. This is your new brother, Charity." And all of them are kind of giving him weird looks, and he just looks fucking terrified. And then we cut to later, and he's much older. In fact, this is just when everyone's getting the news that Abalon was destroyed, as these like Abadar Corp suits show up at this place, and they're like, the invasion of the swarm has presented us with a rare opportunity in order to work on some things that normally the stewards and the Pact Security Board would say is not above ethics. We need a willing subject from every foster home. And, like, everyone's quiet first. Is like, "I said, we need one." And starts looking at some of the other kids before Charity just hops up and is like, no, I got it. Whatever it is, I'll do it." And then we cut to him just starting to wake up from surgery as this like bright blue light starts to grow out of his chest and then up through the veins in his neck to his forehead, where the horn crystal starts to jut out as he just screams in pain as just blue light emit, like, just his eyes, his mouth, his nose, everything just fades out. And then when we cut back to it, it's back on AC-17, and he fell asleep waiting for Temperance to come back, just on like a little crate at the leg of August Travail. And Temperance comes up all probably dirty and bloody from taking care of wounded people, and just silently picks him up and starts carrying him back to the ship before it cuts back to now. And he just like flashes a really fake smile towards Claire, and he's just like, "Nah, home's more about people than it is anything else."
Nice. Meanwhile, back on the other side of Cadillac Ranch. Lollipop, you've just got to the end of the red line and picked up all your stuff.
So I'm waiting for the others, huh?
No, they're all vaguely close to you. They're within 100 feet apiece. And all their stuff is waiting with someone waiting for them to sign. There you go, sir. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for choosing Abacorp. I love you.
You guys really got to drop that "I love you" stuff. Just send that as a, complaint. I don't need to know you love me at every step of the way. How about that?
I'm sorry, sir. I'd like to keep my job at Abacorp, so I do what they tell me.
Of course. I just want them to change it so you don't have to do it, You got to feel a little weird, right?
You get used to it after the 4,000th time you've said it in a day.
Yeah, but can you really look at a floating brain on a spindly body and say "I love you" and not feel a little weird?
They pull out pictures from their, comm, and they're like, "And this is my contemplative wife, And these are my contemplative children. No, that's
Sir,
not what happened.
this is a
I'm sorry.
Chili's.
Sir, this is a Chili's. Nice.
All right, but yeah, so you guys managed to get your stuff, and then eventually you all meet back up on the ship, which should have a name, but I haven't given it one.
It's the
It's
blue
something-
can of Raid. Fast kill, low irritant.
Oh, I mean, that's really
The-
topical and good, but
The
stop.
decon.
Oh, Jesus.
All right,
It's the Orkin
decon actually
one.
sounds good. D.
All right.
I need about
Yeah,
6 of those.
So
we'll get on, and yeah, I'm probably gonna ask my doctor buddy. I have procured several augmentations that are to be on my body. Is there any way that you, my cousin, can apply these to me?
Oh, me too! He needs to put that thing in my back so I quit floating. Comes a voice from the ceiling.
What the? Yeah, we need to get the other doctor dude out of there. So we need to send him on errands or something.
Claire will walk into the room immediately and look at him and just start staring at the doctor.
hello,
I'm
how can I
stuck
help
on
you,
the
Clay?
ceiling, help!
I require you to leave so that the surgery may be open to my compatriot.
What sort of surgery are we doing today?
And he probably looks at him and goes, the kind of surgery that effectively kills the Ravi.
Okay, so let me see. That would be And who will be performing the surgery?
It will be the Honorable Rim Aketfar of Clan Akaset.
I bow.
Okay, so Rem, make a diplomacy check.
Can I make an intimidate as well to help him?
You can use intimidate to help him, yes.
Hell yeah.
That's good enough. Very well, but just so you know, I will still have to report this to the uppers. But I can wait 2 hours.
Kinda nods and says, you're a good doctor. Your spine will not be crushed today.
Do you have to threaten our medical personnel?
The only medical personnel I recognize is the Honorable Rim Aket.
As
Or
he's
Rim
like
Aketfar.
up, like holding onto the threshold, pulling himself into the room so that he can be stuck on the ceiling in that room.
Right.
He's like, yeah, that's easy for you to say. You don't have a bunch of crystals in your body that have currently reversed your gravity.
Mm.
Yeah, he probably says. Honestly, he
Oh.
doesn't have an answer to that.
The doctor pauses and looks at Charity and goes, "Oh, 4 hours. Very well."
I like this doctor. He's letting shit slide. For now, at least.
You are muted, sir. Check the chart.
Fable's also got to have his optical laser installed.
Technically, yours is legit.
Eh,
So, and
mine is legit.
so
so-
Charity as well, right? Charity, yours is legal.
Yeah.
So legal ones, that doctor who actually has more ranks than the Mystic would probably be willing to do.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
Probably has more ranks
however
than
it
me too.
works.
Yeah, he's like he looks at Cled and he's like, I understand your loyalty to your cousin, as you said, but I went to medical school for 7 years to get my doctorate. And as he starts to walk out, that's when Charity says hers, and he's like, oh, I can do that. And then I'll be back in 4 hours.
Yeah?
Hopefully I'm not stuck here for 4 hours.
Oh yeah, you didn't want to watch this. He grabs you by the toe and pulls you back down, and he's
Like a
like, "Do you need
fucking
to go to your
balloon.
quarters?"
Oh, I thought it was gonna be even funny. He just drags him around like a balloon.
No, he's a doctor. He has, some ethics.
Yeah.
And being that mean is just kind of, I might as well just be like, wee! Oh, I let go of the balloon.
Oh no!
Hey, did you know this room has 30-foot ceilings? Wee!
God.
Yeah.
No,
But
he's like,
the doctor doesn't do that. He's a little bit bones, but not so bones that he's like, no, you can't do illegal things. You're going to get it done one way or another. At least here, I know it's sanitary.
yeah, he's like, no, I can find my way back to my. And this is like, he goes outside. He's like, I can
Hallway.
find my way back to my. And Temperance is there, and he'd been like holding the crystal behind his hand, and he's just like, holds it out to him, and he's like, first mission, present.
Oh.
Here you go. And then
Also,
Charity's just like, yeah.
the doctor will take a moment before he walks off and say, check the armory. I'm sure we have some gravity boots until we get this done.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna think really hard at this weird space rock.
Ah, Solarian crystals. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, that's what
and then
this
the doctor
thing
leaves.
is, pointing to the horn.
Oh, no. The doctor doesn't try to kill you. All right,
Wouldn't
so-
kill me. It's just like, well, gotta roll a new class now.
What is your total? What am I asking? I'll just look. No. Rim. All right. I assume you're taking 20 rim.
Yeah, because I don't want him to have like floppy arms.
Okay. So, it's a fairly intense surgery, especially since he's got to do it 4 times instead of just 2. So, that is a 24. So, you managed to do it in an hour.
Dang.
Nice.
Apparently, after the first one, it was easy. Then,
I mean, once you get the pattern down with one arm, you just have to go with the other ones to do the same thing.
clay. I need actual clay. Well, you have a con bonus. So, because you were the warrior type, instead of taking 5 days to get over this, it's only going to take you 4. But, even after magical healing, it still hurts a little bit more than like a regular surgery would, because you have new undead material that you're not used to. Make sense? Mira?
Sorry, I missed the last like 5 seconds.
Okay, so you're gonna take 4 days to heal instead of 5.
Okay.
After magical healing and everything else,
Okay.
they'll give you, painkillers if that's something you want. If you're
Nope.
that other kind of warrior, then you're fine.
Well, I'm a tribal warrior. What do you expect? Of course, I'm not taking painkillers.
There is no honor in needless suffering.
You can say that, but Claire believes that pain sharpens one's mind into the perfect whetstone.
Primitives.
I like it.
Yeah, I wouldn't even give you any because I know you. I wouldn't even bother.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably whenever you finish the arms, he'll like look at you and just be like, probably like, yes, you have done excellent and well. I can tell it is done correctly. Because my arms feel extremely cold, which means I can feel them.
Ah!
They just pulled it out of the freezer and stuck them on.
Yeah, right?
Okay, so that was the first surgery. Now it is time for charity.
Mm-hmm.
Dun dun dun. Is your brother Temperance here?
Probably he's there, and he is an anesthesiologist, and it's partly to keep him and especially his implants calm.
Very well. So in that case, I'll be like, so, doctor, I will be an anesthesiologist for this if you don't mind. He is my brother after all.
Yeah. He
And
basically just pulls up a thing that's like on his pad that's basically like, he's an Abadar Corp experiment. I am his official handler from Abadar Corp. We do not say we love you.
Abador Corp, we love you. And then we do this one again. This one actually took a little bit longer. But in 3 hours, both surgeries are done. And then on the
I'm
4th
better
hour,
at it.
the actual doctor returns. I assume Claire has went back to his room.
Yeah, he's going to be in his room, and as soon as he's able to like work these arms out, he is going to. He'll also probably do a lot of testing with these blades, these arm blades.
Yeah.
That'll
Scott, you
probably be a
figure,
couple days down the way.
or sorry, Rim, you figure in about a day and a half, 2 days, he can attempt to fire them off for the first time. Tell him that.
I'll be like, okay, so you chill. I know you want to use them, but hey, wait a couple days. Let him get
There-
used to. Give it a couple days, and it'll get better.
There
It'll
is
run
wisdom
much
in.
better.
Oh yeah, and he'll be like, "There is wisdom in your words," and he'll like half kind of move his incredibly limp arms and kind of do that thing. He's very much a touch other people kind of person. So he'll probably like, put his hands on your fucking like two shoulders on your right side, but like very limply and poorly. He's not very good, and he'll look at his arms and go, "Thank you," and then he'll just like go back to his room.
So, Dr. Rem, a cough. How did the surgeries go? Charity, are you still in this room?
No, he probably, like, once he was done, he went back to his room to meditate on his augment in order to, whenever we have time, find the realization that gives him his +2 to charisma.
That makes sense. So, was the Essel brothers' surgery a success?
Yeah. I wanted to make it perfect, so it took a little bit longer than most normal.
You
would
were
do
also
it.
putting something in his spine.
So I wanted to make it perfect so he wasn't completely paralyzed when I was done.
Alright. Well, Dr. Rem, for future reference, and he walks over to the computer and pushes the pause button on the video feed, next time you should probably turn off the cameras. And then he's like, now, Fable, that is your name. Please report to the med bay.
Yeah, he would show up and be ready to have the optical laser implanted.
Right. Excellent. So, and he gets out that weird, like, blue marker that you see, and he's like, all right, so we're going to make incisions here and here. And I have already got all your basic bioscans from what we took when you arrived. I'm just going to tell you it's going to take 2 hours, regardless of how long it takes. I'll make sure that you come out with a laser eye that works well. And other than that, I want you to breathe deep now.
Yeah, he definitely complies.
And when you wake up a few hours later, your face hurts, but you have a laser eye.
All right. Yeah. And I
What
have
species is Fable again?
I am an android, and I had taken accelerated recovery as one of my feats.
Oh,
So I regain twice the hit points in an 8 hours in an 8 hours sleep, and I recover from conditions as if I had rested a full day on an 8 hour sleep.
okay. Well, the doctor, having known all that stuff, because he
Yeah.
also has some files on you, goes, so normally this would take about a week, but it looks like you should be good in like 2, maybe 2.5 days.
So this is actually probably stuff that he's picking up now because it was the feat that I took for third level. So it's probably something that wasn't on my baseline, but it's probably like he's looking at his base readings, like, oh, it looks like your metabolism has your healing. Your body is working more efficiently.
You're not a precog, you're a nanocyte. Everyone kill him! Kill him now! Oh, wait, no, that's not right. All right. So, yeah.
So
that was
Lollipop's
all
waiting
the
outside
surgery.
in the waiting area for you when you come out. So they got you fixed up, good and new.
Oh,
Should
I'm
be
sorry,
fine.
Lollipop. You were going to do that surgery, weren't you?
Well, he was, but he
You
didn't
could have
have to.
assisted.
I could have assisted,
Yeah.
but
But
I'm
yeah,
sure the
my
doctor didn't
apologies.
really need it.
No, the doctor had a bunch of people he could have hollered at for legal stuff. But if you had wanted to be there, it would have happened. Because he would have been like, sure, stay with your friend.
Excellent.
All right. But either way, sorry to interrupt. I just remembered halfway through all that you wanted to do that surgery. And I was like, oh, there's a doctor that's better than this. He has 5 ranks.
Hey, that's 2 ranks higher than me.
Yeah.
Question is, does he have the same number of intelligence modifiers?
No, he's not as smart as you, but he also has 5 ranks in life science. So his feat is the doctor feat.
Oh,
Gotcha.
I figured I should have a decent, medical guy on board.
actually, you know what? He probably does have some record of my healing fast because I had the repairing nanite stuff that allowed me to, but that's all like conditional. It's
That was
limited.
why he made the jokes about nanocytes.
Yeah, because it's basically like probably an extension of that. Like he's just getting better at healing up because that's what he was designed to do.
Makes sense. All right.
So,
So,
what made you choose to get the eye done, huh? Just wanted an extra weapon?
You never know when your tactical options, when you need an extra tactical option. And he's like, like, he's like, I've seen soldiers go down because they ran out of ammunition or a weapon broke. And sometimes a surprise weapon can mean the difference between life and death. And
Yeah.
he didn't really expound on this any further. He just lets your imagination run with like what scenario he might have seen where this sort of like where somebody had to rely on something like this.
Gotcha. Well, sort of similar for me. I've seen too many scenarios where, flesh went wrong, got hurt, got injured, and it totally fucked up a campaign. So he 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 gestures to his arms and legs. I kind of lowered the amount of weak points on my body.
He just I think Fable nods and he's like, and he goes and maybe this is something that you're used to him doing is like he kind of goes back to, do we have any further word? Has command sent us any further word on intel on next mission? It's like he's obviously going to take some time to recover from the surgery too, but he's probably he'll recover probably faster than the rest.
Yeah, we got no orders right now. Here's a question. You replaced your eye with a new one. Have you had anything else done?
He looks at his arm. Is like, because he hasn't had his arm replaced, just his eye. He was like, He's like, I'm not certain what you mean. And he's like, I'm an android. They're and he's like he says you've seen the medical files. I'm a self-repairing unit, self-repairing combat unit. The tactical upgrade, the laser eye was a tactical upgrade that made sense. I haven't had any other work done.
Oh, all right.
He
Well,
goes,
have you ever heard of something called Theseus's ship?
what?
Well, basically, it's an idea that if somebody had a boat and they took it out on sea, and a board breaks here, he replaces it. A board breaks there, he replaces it. How much of that ship is still the same ship if he replaces everything?
He's like, he goes, the hole in your logic is that a ship doesn't have a spirit. I do.
Exactly. Okay. That's something I
He goes,
really, really am interested in.
Yeah.
Android and the spirits.
he's like, and he goes, I'm sure there's plenty of reading material even in this era. And he turns to walk off and go back to his quarters. He's like,
Okay, he'll leave you alone.
yeah, he's just kind of like,
That radiates that classic like it is not my job to educate you energy. Like,
yeah, he pretty much is just like, he's like, he's like, okay, this just got to the point where like a question about a weapon became bigger questions about my entire species. I'm not here to answer those. Like I'm gonna go back to work, or I'm gonna go back to preparing for work and stuff. And
Hey
it's,
GM, I want to do some hacking.
Okay.
I just want to
What
get
would
into
you like to hack?
the med bay computer because
Okay.
he's got to write his the doctor's got to write down what he did and the entire how the procedure went and bullshit like that.
Mm-hmm. So make a computers check for me, sir. Meanwhile.
Wow, I roll a 2.
still a 14 as a 2. That's pretty fucking impressive.
That's some Shaba level.
no, it's mid game Shaba level. Shaba in game level was I disintegrate tanks.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
disintegrate
that's true.
worlds,
Yeah.
timelines, and
I disintegrate
because
timelines,
I
yes.
demand it.
Yeah.
That's how you know you succeed as a wizard proxy character, though, is you just go, I didn't ask how big the timeline is, I said I cast disintegrate.
Pretty goddamn much.
Basically, I want to see if he's disposed of the eye yet.
Oh, the actual eye? That's funny.
That's
Um,
weird.
I like
Weird.
it.
Please don't eat it or something.
No, I know what he's gonna do. He's gonna collect all of the parts I replace, and then when I lose my soul and I'm taken over by an AI, he's gonna rebuild me from all of the parts that I've left behind.
You know, I
That
actually
would be
honestly,
cool.
Yeah. I
Okay,
think he's at
so-
least running with the ship of Theseus angle.
Hi, I'm sick.
Because it is the medical computer, 14 is enough to get in, but make another computers check for me. You definitely know that you got blipped from hacking.
Damn it.
It was just enough to alert them that someone was in the system. You have clearance, so they're a little confused why you're hacking the computer instead of just using the terminal itself. You get like a text message from whoever I said earlier.
Captain Kerman?
Yeah, Captain Kerman. Captain Kerman sends you a text message that says, "Why are you trying to hack our computers when you have access?"
It's cooler.
I'll send back. Just keeping the old skills sharp. Never know when I'll get a chance to do that to one of the enemy's computers.
Okay. For future reference, just let me know if you're gonna hack some stuff on my ship. And this is still all text message, so
You got it,
he has
Captain.
better things to do than come down there and yell about it. So after that whole thing goes down, you do see that technically, I mean, it's in the box, but it hasn't been properly disposed of yet. Like literally when you walk back in, like you can see where the eyeball is in the box.
Oh boy, where's the doctor?
The doctor is currently in his office and he is apparently playing some sort of what is it? Cannonballs and
Galaga?
no, Jesta.
Black holes and cannonballs.
Yeah, black holes and cannon.
That's the one.
On his computer. So he's not paying attention, but just for the benefit of the doubt. No, he doesn't see anybody. He's completely
Yeah.
engrossed.
I want that eye.
Well, you're in there. Do you pick up the eye?
Is it something somewhere that would ping anything if it gets touched?
No, it's literally in a trash receptacle. Like
Ooh.
it's in that stainless steel cup still.
Oh, then I want the cup. I'll take the cup with me.
Jester, you have to check the chart.
It's not like you're going to see anything from the future from like having my eye, because the
No,
information
that's
wouldn't be stored there.
not his deal.
He's trying to.
Bench
bring
GM knows
smile
his
to
aspirations.
hmm So, yes, you can take the eye.
Yay! I'll have to
Beautiful.
Weird.
get that back to my quarters and put it in the fridge.
In the
It's just a
fridge.
mini fridge.
I mean, he's an android,
Right next-
so it might be more mechanical than organic, so it might not rot.
It is
No, 'cause-
mostly, or not organic. It is mostly mechanical, but it has organic components that will rot over time.
Yep. Just put it in there next to the diet soda.
Put it in the diet soda.
Ooh.
No, that would dissolve
Properly
it.
labeled. Properly label your keepsakes.
Yeah,
That
this
would
is
dissolve
mine.
it. Freaking caustic sodas.
Caustic soda.
Soda.
Actually, it turns it into like this weird rubbery substance and allows it to bounce.
Oh, nice. My favorite.
Sorry, no, you don't need to put it in the diet soda. But yes, you now have the eye of an android from the future.
I'm actually surprised that the military or corporation we work for wouldn't have like put that up and like under lock and key for research purposes.
Where the
We're
fuck
working
did
for
I go?
incompetent people, apparently.
Nope, the doctor didn't even consider that they'd want it like that.
Ooh, he's gonna be in trouble later.
We're dealing
Possibly.
with more important shit like angry bugs.
Mm.
Have you? Okay, I've known
What
a
if
few
the-
people who are soldiers, and they will take the time to be petty about shit, even in the middle of the war. In the
See,
middle of a
here's
war.
the question. What if
The
what if
military
the-
will do stupid shit like that.
what if the angry bugs got infiltrators and they stole the eye and then somehow got the optical imprint data from that eye, somehow creating vague shapes that they can then infer with their weird bug hive mind over thousands and thousands of iterations? The exact blueprints that you saw in that last episode. I don't know what blueprints I'm talking about, but then know the future.
Well, you know what I have to say about that?
Yeah.
I find the thought of a bug that can think offensive.
Zib.
Oh lord.
It kills me every fucking time.
Nice.
Ah, shit.
Yes, offensive.
Oh
Sorry.
no!
No,
I'm
not
sorry.
offensive. Offensive.
I'm sorry, Tixpit. I mean, Tixpit didn't do a lot of thinking. Tixpit did a lot of shooting.
He was smart.
Yeah, Tixbit was actually do a lot of thinking. He just didn't really contribute much in terms of the strategic conundrums you guys faced because that wasn't his job.
Dumb? No.
Tixbit was so
Insane?
socially
Yes.
awkward that he was awkward. I mean,
Shoot.
he was
Yes.
immensely awkward. But when we finished, or before the Shardverse came into existence, Tixpit had gotten his intelligence up to 24.
He just used all of his thinking time on shooting time.
Well, actually, it became protecting time because once Jester was like, well, Tixpit is yours to raise now. I was like, cool, bodyguard feet, this, yeah. So he definitely took his job super seriously. But enough about Tixpit. Tixpit.
Mm,
Sorry. But where were we? Oh, yes. Lollipop has an eye. So, who else? Jester's had time. Ellis has had time. Claire's had time. Rem, what are you doing? You didn't really do much today. I mean, you hung out, but I didn't actually let you talk to Diamond, and I'm sorry for that. So, is there anything you needed to do before we actually got back on the ship and you performed surgery? Or anything like that? We can have a flashback scene for you. But Scott, you have to have more to do than sit there and smile.
I don't know. I hadn't really thought about anything. I just want to heal people. And it was kind of fun to do surgery, so he kind of enjoyed that. And he was like, okay. So,
All right, and then you get to use magic after that. Ooh. Sorry.
I'm guessing my room's kind of next door to his, so I can continue to monitor and he doesn't try to cheat.
So the bonus is this is a military grade ship, which means everybody's rooms are set up like the word that I can't think of. Barracks.
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 Yes, they're barracks type beds. So multiple beds on each wall. Everybody has a spot. And because it's war, there aren't a bunch of empty spots. So yeah, you have your own little slot that you're in. So yes, you can pay attention to them.
Okay. That's I really I don't know, my brain can't think of anything.
Okay. So does anyone else have something they want to do?
Charity needs to contemplate the orb.
Okay. How long is that supposed to take? It's like, what, 24 hours?
Something like that. I'd have to look it up exactly for the augment.
Jester, do you remember off the top of your head?
When it's a magic augment.
Not off the top of my head, no.
Grab the big book.
I
Sorry, folks at home.
I
The
also
timeline
have
is actually
my
incredibly important because if we make it to the same spot where, Zai's folly happened, some crazy shit's gonna happen.
Yeah, I also am thinking, or I also have to align with my personal augment. Mine is a symbiote, so
See,
I
that
probably
would
have
have
to
Eat the worm.
that's. I feel like he probably let this symbiote crawl inside him. This is more of like a thing of his people as opposed to, like something he just found. He's like, this is how we grow strong. You know what I mean?
Eating bugs.
Maybe
Now all I
even
can think is the Stargate
I get-
SG-1.
I get to and I get to laugh here because you guys all just are just now buying and attuning your personal upgrades. I had bought my first personal upgrade before we even started, so mine's already been integrated. So, haha.
Oh, I mean, like, I bought it before the beginning of this session.
Same.
Yeah. No, I bought a bunch of
they'd
stuff
already
before
raised their
this session.
characters before we started tonight, Jester.
Yeah. Got him!
You're back on being muted, sir.
What I'm saying is, back when I originally built my character, I had bought.
You spent the
my
money on.
Yeah, part of my original money I spent on it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you
guys
could do
raised-
that. I thought that you could only
Well-
buy it whenever.
You
Well,
can't
we
use it.
We started at level 2, right?
Yeah,
And that's a Mark 1 upgrade is level 3.
correct.
So that's only one level higher.
Oh,
than
you
what
can
we
buy
actually-
one level higher?
By the rules, you should be able to. I always let you guys buy 2 levels higher, but by the rules, you should be able to buy at least 1 level higher.
I don't remember ever buying anything 2 levels higher, but okay.
Yeah, I don't.
You just
Well,
can't use
that's
it.
because you guys built your own stuff custom.
Yeah,
So.
that's true.
That is true. Zai was super excited about building stuff,
Oh,
but
yeah.
we're not here to talk about Zai right now. You'll meet that zealot priest later. So it looks like 24 hours. So technically, Colette, you could probably fire off your bone blades tomorrow, but the doctor definitely said 2 days.
I will
And
obey
so
the
that
2
also
days.
means by tomorrow your symbiote should be fully attached and wondering why
Yeah.
it hurts.
And I like this idea that like Claire has this tiny little swarmling. It's like maybe it's like something that's he carried with him in a jar, and it's not like the swarm. It's like something detached from the swarm, like a tiny little spider or something. And like at some point when he has his arms installed, he like opens the jar and lets it crawl on his finger until he puts it under his nose, and it like climbs in, and then he just like convulses for an hour. You know, hot tribe shit.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I like it.
yeah. Claire's a weird one. I like making my characters very weird, and having weird tribal shit, especially involving the swarm being so integral to our culture, is very fun and lots of weird opportunities.
Make a
love how
fort
it's-
save for me.
Fort save? Yeah, I can do
Yeah.
that. Okay.
I love how the approach is very different because, like, everything that Fable 42 does is like super high tech. So, like, his upgrade was more about technological stuff. All of his upgrades. So,
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
As it crawls up your nose, you almost sneeze, but
Oh,
you
yeah.
manage not to.
Oh, this
Otherwise-
is something. Well, there's
ahead.
another part of my backstory, essentially, in the sense of what type of soldier I am. I think I talked to you about this.
Is this time for your flashback? You want to
Oh.
do this flashback now?
Oh, it doesn't have to. I didn't know that there was even. I didn't know if you wanted to do this episode by episode. I was more just saying, like the type of soldier I am. Maybe this is a ritual that like gets us started on that path because it's definitely not a. It's definitely not like a natural thing. People don't just become this type of soldier. It's like it says like it has to be done through strange means, either magic or other more classical Lon Chaney-esque means, if you catch what I'm saying.
I do.
Yeah.
Very well. I just wanted to see that you didn't sneeze it out, so I had to crawl back up.
Oh yeah, obviously.
I was going
I
for
love that.
comedic effect, but
No, that's a vibe.
all right. So,
Yeah, it's a much more mystical when Charity is attuning to the sphere, which for everyone else it just seems like he just sits on his bed with this perfectly smooth, perfectly white stone just vaguely floating in front of him. It's smooth and perfect, it's void and cold and white. Nothing there save for someone who can see beyond sight, like a Solarian. And within it, there's a storm full of lightning, churning and violent, and voices of parents, siblings, teachers telling him to find his way in the world because you never know when it's going to get taken away. The words are like wind. His own thoughts pelt him like rain before he forces himself into the eye of peace. And he sits on a sea-slicked precipice overlooking a becalmed sea with a roiling sky of black-blue clouds. And that's when, in that still moment, he finds revelation. And maybe there's, on one side you got, Ravi Kala! And on the other, Rem's more quiet talk. Or even, maybe Lollipop being like, I think I'm starting to like you guys. And it's we don't have to be calm or the storm. You must have both to be either. +2 charisma.
ding.
That +2 charisma. Meanwhile, bug goes in my nose. +2 constitution.
Bug nose.
Right. Anyone that passes by while you're convulsing, lets Rem know.
If they try and
It's unrelated.
if Rim comes in the room, you'll just hear. Well, actually, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So apparently you're Dr. Rem now, sir. Your patient is currently convulsing in his bed in the chamber.
That doesn't make sense. But alright, I'll go check it out.
Thump.
Yeah. You walk in and you just see he's like convulsing on the bed and like lightly grunting as like he just like his head especially is convulsing.
Mm.
Good?
Make a mysticism check.
Oh yeah, good question. Yeah,
This is a
mysticism.
weird mix. You're writhing and convulsing on the bed, and Charity is like staring
Yes.
at this
One with the
magic
universe.
rock.
All right,
Hey.
so you feel mystical energies all throughout this room, coming from both Cleh and from Charity. And with your sight beyond sight from being a mysticism, you actually can kind of see the mystical energy coming out of his nose.
Yeah, and Claire would probably say, "It is the warrior's way," as he's like convulsing on the bed. And the worst part is
Oh,
he
no,
doesn't
I-
really have much use of his arms, so like they're just kind of flopping beside him.
Ooh.
No, I just wanted to observe this. This is kind of entertaining. I know how you operate.
Mm. And then
Don't break my arms.
I
Yeah.
like how Rim is just like, "No, I know you're gonna do weird shit. Let me just take notes, please."
Then,
And
like,
when you look at Charity, you can see the mystical energies of that thing in front of her being absorbed.
yeah, and he's
And,
just like he's just like calm within, hurricane without.
God, this is a weird
Different
fucking
And
This
then,
is-
and then fucking Fable walks into the room
and blasts
starts-
everyone with his eye laser.
Yeah, this is weird.
Yeah, I feel like
Wait,
Lollipop. If he
says
saw
the
this,
guy.
would be like,
Says the guy who just stole an android eye.
Yeah,
I-
we're all
I feel-
fucking weird
Right.
in our own way.
Yeah, I feel like
Temperance
if
is the
Lollipop
normal
walked
one.
in, he'd just be like, "What the fuck is happening? I'm leaving." Like,
Temperance is the normal one. He hasn't done shit because he's pretty much an NPC.
yeah.
We're good. This makes perfect logical explanation for these people.
And then Fable
You hear a
hooves.
bunch of loud stomping noises from behind you as Captain Kermit comes in and goes, "So is he dying?"
Rav V Kala. And just like through
Yeah.
clenched teeth.
Oh,
good.
nope, he's fine.
Exactly.
All right. If he shits himself, that's on you. Clean it up. And then he leaves.
Wow, this captain is
Alright,
already
alright.
like the Yaksha captain. Are
Yeah.
you dying? No? Okay, not my problem anymore. Bye.
Eh,
Well, Lashunta are kind of mystical, magical people too, so
yeah.
not the way I would have done it, but whatever.
Here at
All right,
Paradise
so
Theater,
let's see.
here at Paradise Theater, we do not advise sticking strange arachnids up your nose.
I mean,
Yeah.
I do, but also I advocate for doing drugs on this channel. So you know.
Only if they're cool, though. And
Yeah, well, drugs
arachnids
make
are
you
never
cool.
cool.
Yeah, it's fair.
I don't know. I met this spider, a few years back. He was pretty alright. He's chill.
Ah, hell yeah.
He's
Hell
back
yeah.
during the
But would
club
you stick him up your
days.
nose?
No, God, no.
You can pick your friends and you can pick your nose, but you can't
Look.
put your spider friends up your nose.
Look, all the time I spent in the nightclubs, I didn't even do cocaine. All right. If I spent that many years in the nightclub and didn't do cocaine, that means I got a serious issue with sticking anything up my nose. I ain't doing it.
Gotcha.
Technically, you could have just kept it in the paper and swallowed it like a pill. It would have done the same thing.
Uh,
Yeah.
1 second. I think
Anyway.
Daniel just fucking ate shit and died.
Oh god.
I like how it was Mira that was like, anyway.
Yeah. It takes a
So-
lot. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was about to say it takes a lot to get me to go anyway.
And I succeeded. Yay,
did.
I went for the night. All right. Let's see. So it's going to take 4 days to get back to the base in the Diaspora. And once you get there, all your mech designs will get upgraded to where you need to be. Lollipop, you did manage to get your part and upgrade yours while you were going,
Nice.
but everybody else's will get taken care of there. And they still haven't noticed that you charged a bunch of random things on the titanium card. So,
Yeah.
Well, how else were we supposed to get them, you know?
Fable 42 throws a horrible grenade in the bedroom. Why, Fable? Oh, it's a sticky bomb. Okay.
Fable, stop!
Oh,
Well,
Stop!
just as you stop convulsing and you're feeling better, Fable drops a sticky grenade in the middle of the room and covers the entire room in sticky.
hey, don't forget that I started by throwing in a couple of incendiary grenades and a smoke grenade.
Yeah.
Nope, I completely missed those.
Probably, honestly, like I have the feeling
Oh,
that
and
the
that
first
one.
I have a feeling that the ritual that he did the first time that this happened, he was beat by sticks with his fucking by his fucking family. So this is just home for him. He's just like, ah, yes, the ritual is being completed correctly. Like,
Yeah, by the time you probably come out of your convulsing,
yeah,
Charity's probably still entranced with the stone, but Temperance is sitting on the edge of the bed, that he's entranced on, and just has a pad and is observing things.
yeah, probably will look up. And he's exhausted at this point, so he's not exactly he's not concerned necessarily. He's like, ah, the horned one is reading an orb. That's
Hold
probably
on, I
the
have
most
to...
Magic.
yeah.
He's pondering the orb.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, you see, probably glances over as you're stumbling out of this, and out of his micro lab is a gauntlet that he just flicks the wrist and a little thing pops up, and he hands it out to you. He's like, take this, you'll feel better. Or, take this, you'll feel better.
Yeah, he probably flings his clumsy arm and grabs it and says, "What is this?"
He probably rattles off some obnoxiously long pharmaceutical name.
I see some Mephistophelian.
Will this dull my pain?
No, it's just gonna help you sleep.
And he probably shrugs and goes, "I shall save this for when I rest. Thank you." And he'll attempt to ruffle his hair as his arms flop around still.
Yeah, and Temperance is Charity's probably 16, Temperance is 19, and
Yeah.
has much shorter hair, so it's a little
Yeah.
more spiky.
Yeah.
He just kind of blinks and looks at you funny. And by the way, he basically gave you hydrocodone.
Yeah, no,
So
he
technically
probably
it's a painkiller. You're just not gonna be feeling a whole lot of anything.
Yeah. No, my guy is twice his age, so he
Yeah.
doesn't feel any sort of. Plus, also he comes from a people
Human.
who touch each other a lot.
Mm.
He'll probably look at it, and then maybe as he's looking at it, he'll go, "There is wisdom in medicine, but I am not ill." And he'll kind of flop it back towards him.
He shrugs and takes it and puts it into this recycling slot within the thing, as you see it dissolve the entire thing, glass and all.
Yeah, and he says, "I am stronger than ever. I must eat." And he just stumbles his ass out of the room, clearly not looking stronger than ever.
The symptoms that you're displaying certainly make it seem like you are in currently a weakened state.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He just keeps going.
That was after you left the room.
Yeah.
I'm not
Oh,
even
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
deal with him.
Yeah, he's just like, ah, whatever, weirdo.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see.
Fine, don't get addicted to opiates because of me, God.
That's
See if
not
I
this
help.
character. The only kind of drug he would do is like ayahuasca or some sort of daturana. Like, that's it.
I thought you were gonna say the only drug he's gonna do is the drug of life and
Yeah.
death.
Nah. He'll go on a vision trip, but that's about it. He doesn't find any comfort in substances and finds them not for him.
Party peyote tripping time next session?
Hell yeah.
The DM sighs.
No,
I'm
thank
not
you.
getting on the internet if we're doing party peyote next session.
Oh, I meant in character.
Okay. Well, in character, that's not nearly as fun. I mean, we're already having it. Like, we've already agreed that this is a group hallucination that we're having.
Oh yeah.
You can't get much more intent than that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like also how, like, and this feels very real to life, no one's talking about that.
Talking about what?
Our reality isn't supposed to even exist. It's all because someone fucked up and broke reality, and now we're in like a tiny sub part of it.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
not only
Scott.
that, but
Shaba.
it's not Shabba's
I
fault.
just
It was
walked
definitely yeah.
You
Xander.
know we
Oh, I
love
think
giving
it
you
was
shit about that,
Shaba's.
Scott.
Yeah, Scott, you messed it up. Zai still hasn't got to go fishing. It's your fault.
and he never will.
In
get to
fact,
go
if
fishing.
Zai, no, Zai will get to go fishing. Trust me. If Zai had been there, he would have either shot you and then shot the box, or shot the box and then shot you. Huh? And he loved you too. So I loved all of you. Now let's get back to this shard verse.
Back to this shard verse.
The one that hasn't been destroyed by Xander.
Yet.
Yeah, Lollipop will put
time.
in an official requisition under quote unquote hobby items. And with a list of all sorts of stuff he might need to put together, something that can keep that eye viable. If
Make a
he
life
can
science check.
engineer that.
Would you like help with your horrible science experiment?
Do you have life science, Lollipop?
I think you're muted.
Oh no, I don't. That's what's coming up next level.
Well, would you like
Okay.
would you like a fellow doctor to help you with your horrible experiment? Because this doctor doesn't really give a shit about it.
Oh. Okay.
Always ask Temperance because he currently has a plus 11 to life science.
Nice.
Yeah, maybe you just find him monitoring Charity, and how do you approach him about, hey, so I have Fable's old eye.
Like he's gonna say that. Hey, I got a bit of a question for you, since you're the a doctor. You're not the doctor. He gestures in the direction of where the actual doctor's office is.
I'm not a doctor of medicine now. Mine is more in xenobiology and theoretical biologics.
Well, that's even better. What kind of thing would you use if, say, you wanted to preserve a piece of the body that had been destroyed, or not destroyed, just taken off by accident? Something like for not necessarily for field medicine, but if you wanted to keep let's say a heart or an eye safe, if you wanted to transplant it into somebody later.
Oh, under the original description, I would have suggested preserving it under something like I keep forgetting that he also has the southern accent. Under something like formaldehyde. However, the way that you are currently describing it, in some way you would like it to remain biologically viable.
Yep, that's
He
right.
starts pulling some stuff off of his pad and throwing it into your pad. And he's like, this is a list of different chemical agents you could introduce. I would suggest getting a small habitat box. You're going to want to have a very, very well controlled amount of moisture as well as temperature. Those are the things that predominantly lead to the growth of the bacteria that will lead to the breakdown of biological tissues. Some of these are more easy to come by than others.
Oh, that's amazing shit. You're pretty good at this. What other things could you make with the same type of equipment, you think? I mean,
Habitat
It's
box is $375, by the way.
Well, with a habitat box, you could do anything from create a terrarium to keep any sort of little creature you find on any kind of planet, regardless of its atmosphere. Theoretically, you could have it sectioned off, and if you were trying to preserve multiple different organelles that are from different portions of the body, you could create essentially the conditions of that part of the body.
right, that's good. Now, what about circulation and heck, let's put in an extra wild card. Say it was from a partially artificial being, say an android.
He's gonna
That ha-
sense a motive because now you're just acting really sus. He might not be very social. I don't think he has anything to. He does not have sense motive
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot, but there's
yeah,
always a
and
chance.
well, if I roll high enough to get this, I'm gonna be surprised. I knew it. I rolled a 2.
Two very socially stunted people
That's
start
hilarious.
talking.
Yes. That is hilarious.
What is this about,
So-
really?
Oh, I've been wondering about androids' artificial life and whether it can actually be created and draw a soul to it like a person, like any android. But it's very, very complicated shit. And if you have any expertise in that, I could pretty much use it.
You're going to want to talk to a priest of Triune about that. As far as I understand, were
That's good.
formed out of one of the three parts of Triune was the god of artificial life.
That's pretty good. Good thing I'm like a triune believer myself.
So yeah, you would know that it's, I think, Ferga or something like that. One of the three
Yeah.
gods that became Triune was the god of invention and artificial life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, artificial life was one of the gifts the triune gave us, and being able to recreate that could help a lot of people.
He just looks over at Charity, who is just pondering still, and is like, I don't want to get involved in any of this. This is, frankly, beneath my ethical standards. However,
It's not like the technology to make androids is lost. It's just highly, highly, highly restricted. It's illegal for
yeah,
anybody but like approved corporations like Abalon or Abalon themselves to, because they want a certain amount of self-determination. Even corporations that still have the androids have only a certain limited amount of time that they can have an indentured servitude in most places. And in the packed worlds, that stuff's completely illegal and restricted. So
yeah, and
I was gonna say, I know that there's that place in the weird place called the Forge, where the people basically set it up to where when they died, the Forge would build them a new body.
yeah, and
I'll have
He-
to find that for you, but
he
there is a
might not
place.
know about that as a legend, but he would send over basically like stuff to make like a very small artificial heart that could like pump the kind of fluids you would need to keep the organic parts from dying.
Gotcha.
But you'll send that over and be like, You'll also want to keep it in a highly oxygenated environment.
All right, that's great. I mean, that's part of what I ultimately wanted to do. I want to create an actual artificial intelligence that actually thinks and draws a soul to it, so it's an actual person. I just want to know how to make a perfect body for it. It's the type of thing I think Troyan would like.
What are FSOs? Is that what they're called?
SROs?
SRO.
SROs, yeah, SROs are a little bit more robotic. Like
Mm.
androids, if
They're
you think
more
about
Wally.
them, yeah, androids are more
Do
like
SROs
data
have
and
souls?
yeah,
Yeah,
they essentially operate under a lot of the same statistical capacity as androids in the sense of like what kinds of effects can affect them and how they affect them in terms of because they are sentient creatures. But whereas SROs are made of completely mechanical parts, androids have biological components to them. So there's a difference between like Data and C3PO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
C3PO, they call him a droid, but technically he'd be classified as a robot under Starfinder.
yeah.
But Data would be
yeah,
classified as an android still.
He'd be like, so something similar to an SRO.
yeah. And it's still something hard and difficult to create intentionally.
Yeah, don't SROs just kind of happen on accident?
Yeah,
Kinda, yeah. It's basically SROs. The way that I've interpreted is that like androids pretty much gain a soul fairly like in their inception because of the way they're built. Like SROs draw a soul when their AI gets complicated enough for them to start developing along those lines.
Well,
That's just the
fuck,
way
my
that I've
Roomba's
interpreted
thinking
it.
now.
So, huh?
Well, fuck, my Roomba's thinking now.
Your Roomba is thinking, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
My Roomba hates its lot in life.
And now it has formed a gang of other Roombas that agree with it called the Doombas.
Yeah, you remember those, huh?
Yeah. It took us far too long to realize the Doombas were a problem until they were already beating the shit out of us.
Yes, that was great.
Yeah, it's just like, whatever kind of strange experiments you're getting involved with, just leave us out of it.
That's fine. I can leave you right out of it. But thanks for the information. And it's actually pretty nice getting to know somebody with some intelligence around here. You know?
He just gives
Well,
like
you little Brian.
a very like, and goes back to biomonitoring charity.
I like it.
And
Temperance. You keep being you.
so Lollipop goes off to make a list of hobby equipment.
Okay, you did see that in Roll20 I posted the habitat box.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought that
I
would
say
be a
it-
good thing because I know that you can control the environment in a habitat box, so you could make
Yeah.
it like dry and temperature stable and oxygen rich.
That
Well,
plus.
and it literally says used by explorers and naturalists to preserve samples. An eyeball could be considered a sample.
Yep.
Hey.
And he
So-
wants to keep it he basically wants to keep it viable so that he can see how it works and see if there's anything special that he can learn from it.
He wants to poke it.
Poke the bear.
Poke
Honestly, I was afraid he was going to eat it.
it.
It's like, oh, a cannibal contemplative. I like it. All right, so the 4 days passed. You guys make it back to base. I already said that, didn't I? Shame on me. So that was 5 days to get to there, plus 2 days. So everyone will get 3,500 credits when they make it back to base.
More money.
And I really don't have anything more for tonight. I'll be honest with you guys. So, if the supervillain of streaming would like to start us, we'll just get started with sign-offs, and everybody send me your player's choice.
All right. I'm the Computer King. And yes, I'm a gentleman supervillain, and I was playing a brain who got an eye and then realized he didn't know enough to keep it alive. And then went to somebody else who really got creeped out by it. The concept that he had come up with. On Thursdays, I'm in New Amsterdam as Payne Dexter, who maybe this week will be facing off against Travolta's with a team.
Oh, it'll be this week. Unless something crazy comes up like last week, it'll be this week.
Oh, this is going to be fun. Travolta versus Cage. The ultimate faces off. And on every other Friday, but not this Friday, right, Rowan?
Theoretically this Friday. Again, we'll have to see. But if we don't do it this Friday, this will be the last time that I have an excuse to not do my job.
Yeah. Well, when the Immortal War happens, I'll be playing Nagashita, who is sneaky, and talked a couple of monks into being muscle for him without them even realizing it. It's so nice to be manipulative. And occasionally I podcast. If you're a consenting adult and you'd like to learn about the dark side of human sexuality, just go to computerking.buzzsprout.com and just check out Into the Dark with the Computer King. I talk about BDSM and things like that. And yes, just like I promised, I recently had a episode about toys. So if you don't know what a spreader bar is, you can learn it there. And that's all I'm doing right now.
Okay. So, Rowan, would you like to go next?
Hi ho, friendolas. My name is Rowan, otherwise known as Night Harry. Caught me here today playing Charity and Temperance Essel, who eventually the DM will know their names. One of them is just a little scaredy patootie who is too good, too pure for all of this, and it has space rocks in him. And the other one is his socially stunted brother who is just there to take care of him. They pilot a big robot together and they smash bugs real good.
Wait. Are you saying that they crammed smashed up moon rocks inside you and it turns out it gives a man cancer?
No, not cancer this time.
Okay, lucky.
That will eventually come back. You can also find me here on Wednesdays where I am in Over the Horizon, where I play Snell, the snake who's getting really fucking fed up with no one listening to him about respecting the dungeon, especially because this is an AD&D dungeon. And even when he respects the dungeon, because this is an AD&D dungeon, it claps on him and goes, "Get Nade, son." You can also find me here on Thursdays, where I am also in New Amsterdam, where I'm going to go kill some Nazis. Can't be my friend unless you've killed at least 50 Nazis. Then yes, hopefully this Friday, but if not next Friday, for certain for really reals this time, the Immortal War, a homebrew L5R game where there's going to be some samurai and they're going to be doing some stuff. And the summer festival's coming up. Nothing bad could potentially happen ever for reals, right? And that is it for me for now.
And Psychopathic?
Hey, I'm Scott. I played the normal doctor does surgery. Completely normal. Who has to figure out what his whole future is, because the person playing him doesn't have a clue, so he needs to think about that. But yeah, takes me a moment. Okay, so what else are we in? Tuesday, we got the little GURPS thing that'll happen eventually. Schedule, life, things happen. It's alright, it's cool. And then Thursday, I'm in the New Amsterdam, where there's no repercussions for having a new bodyguard, is there? It's fine, right?
Nope, not a single one.
Oh, okay, it's good.
Aside from pissing off Payne Dexter.
And everyone else.
I was gonna say, I think it pissed off everybody.
Everyone disliked that.
As Scott said last night, no, it's fine. I've got a new bodyguard. It's not gonna piss anyone off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, And then we go to Saturday, where it's after the bomb, where yet again I pissed a bunch of people off because, hey, they knew where we lived. They need to die.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was the thought process. And then on Sundays, we're in Gloomfall, where I play a character who is starting a church. Or, he's not really starting a church, he's holding a service to do things good. At least he thinks they're good. We bring people to survive traps, make traps, and work in mines. Yeah. That'll be fun. And that's everything, I think. Yes.
That would make it the Jester King.
That's nothing to be terrified about. I am the Jester King Zerat. You've caught me here tonight and can catch me here on Monday playing Fable 42, the android soldier precog, and he doesn't really realize he's necessarily a precog. He pretty much thinks he's a soldier who had some weird shit happen to him, but he'll start learning how to use his powers soon. Let's see, and you can also catch me here on Sunday nights for Gloomfall, where I play Jodin, a deep worm drow who has not revealed anything about his psionic powers, but, has been reading people's minds to try to find out if they're going to be a problem or not, and is trying to set up all kinds of businesses and shady organizations, and is so much fun because he's playing it off like he's a complete fool, and only people with sense motive have figured out, have been able to figure out that this guy's not as much of a dandy as he pretends to be. But he's still playing his angles. Other than that, I am going to have to try to work on getting my laptop for streaming video games fixed up and dealt with, get that situation under control, because I've been itching to stream some video games lately. I don't know. I'll have to figure some alternate way of doing that out, I guess. But either way, I believe that is it for me, so I will kick this one on down the line.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, the great, the wondrous Mira.
You forgot the terrible. Hello, everybody. My name is Mira, also known as Mira Shades GM, and tonight you caught me playing Clay Nasaravi, the absolute madman. He's a crazy showbod from the wild. I play a lot of crazy characters. It's what I resonate with. You can also catch me on Thursdays, where I run New Amsterdam, where yes, we are going to be getting some faces and that'll be pretty fun. Or at least so they think. Who knows? No, there's going to be some face-off bullshit. It'll be very fun. And then also you can catch me whenever we do Immortal. Hold on.
War.
Immortal War. Thank you. For some reason, I keep wanting to think that Immortal War is a Warhammer expansion, but that's Immortal Empire.
Shit, you figured it out.
Yeah.
Anytime anybody says immortal, because I always used to make fun of it in such a way, all I hear on my ear, Immortal Wombat.
Good. But yeah, I play Hiroki, who is essentially Goku, which is very fun. His whole family's dead. Very nice thing that has been done by the DM. No, I signed up for this. Let's see here. Saturdays, I am in every other Saturday as Adam McCarthy, much to the chagrin of his own name, who got shot in the motherfucking head. He's gonna be slightly peeved and annoyed. I think everyone else is gonna kind of give Scott's character a bit of leeway because he got downed in combat. Not Adam. Adam is he's upset. I'm excited for that interaction to happen. And then Sundays, I play Madame Yenvrath, the character who just freed 25 humans and 7 half ogres and gloaming, just cause most of them are going to be working for her. But you know, she wasn't doing it for the money. She's doing it specifically because you know she can. If you like me, yes me, then you can have me, yes me, run your game. That's right, me, by emailing me at mirrorshadesgm@gmail.com. Give me a message over at Instagram on mirrorshades_gaming, or call me at 620-218-9949. Other than that, if you are currently watching on YouTube, thank you so much. We love you, but also catch us live on twitch.tv/pair_dice_theater. If you are currently watching us live on Twitch, thank you so much. We love you, but prove your undying loyalty by watching us over and over on youtube.com/Paradise Theater. And if you want to check us out on Twitter, catch us at Pair Theater on Twitter, and that is me.
Nice. So first, bookkeeping. I realize I already gave you money, so we're not doing that twice.
Aw.
Darn.
Wait, did you give us money while I was in the bathroom?
Yes,
Yes.
3,500.
Sad.
3,500. Nice.
Yep.
To quote a very entertaining pig, sad.
Everyone will get 1,800 experience, except for Clea, who will actually receive 200 more than that.
Oh shit, why's that? Did I get Player's Choice?
Yes, you got player's choice.
Oh dang, I didn't even vote for Player's Choice.
Oh, well, all right, go ahead and vote for player's choice. But right now,
I'll just do it out loud. I am really digging whatever the fuck Lollipop is doing. So Lollipop, you would have my vote.
In that
Thank you.
case, Lollipop, you will also get 200 experience because that makes it a tie.
Nice.
Ha ha!
Mm.
Teamwork makes the
Oh.
dream work.
Bravo. Besides that, this is the only thing I play in. I will be more prepared next time. And also, Jester brought this up. We will play this coming Monday, but the following Monday and the Monday after that, Jester will not be here because the bluegrass.
Oh shit, that is coming up pretty quick, isn't it?
Yes, it's just 2 weeks
Nice.
away. And because of that, I won't have access to. Well, I mean, technically, I have enough hotspot. I could probably get away with it. We'll talk more about that next week. But the Jester will definitely not be here for that. And honestly, I probably will be drunk and hungover too. I don't know. We'll find out. But none of those things are important. My friends Purple Codex and my friend Amy Geddon, they both have TeePublics. You should check out their stuff. Tonight's episode was brought to you by Borts, Booze, and Bitches. I bring that up now because Amy Geddon's Amy Geddon's TeePublic is the only place that you can get a Borts, Booze, and Bitches shirt right now. And let's get a Ravi Kala from everyone, and we'll get out of here, and you guys can get back to your night.
Ravi
Ravi
Kala!